Welcome back to On the Air Podcasting with Isabel Grabkowski. Today's topic is picking high school classes. In high school, we're asked to choose our own pathway for what we want to do when we grow up. Many people have more than one interest, and they're not all in the same subject. High schoolers are limited to the classes to take because there's such particular requirements to be met, and we don't have enough room for all our classes for the classes we want to take and need to take.
I am here today with Jill Moore, a freshman, and we're just gonna get right into it. So, do you know what you want to be when you grow up?
Yeah, when I grew up, I want to be an orthodontist.
Okay. Do any of the classes you're currently taking, do they have anything to do or will help you in the future with your career?
Yeah, I'm taking, as a freshman, I'm taking Intro to Business, and it's really learning about management and different functions of management, and that will help me start a business for my orthodontist when I get older.
Okay. Do you have an interest in more than one subject? You like science and social studies, you have an interest in more than one thing?
I do, yeah. I like a bunch of my classes this year. And the classes I like are business. I do like phys ed a lot, and I do like science because we do a lot of experiments in that class.
Cool. What's your favorite, of all the classes you've had this year?
My favorite is probably either health or business.
What's your least favorite?
Math, definitely geometry.
Yeah. Do you think some classes, more than others, are, unnecessary or not very helpful?
I do, and I think the classes that are the least necessary are probably math. I think just because it's just my opinion. I think everyone needs to learn the basics of math, but I think math's only used for certain jobs, construction work and stuff. So it's I don't think you need it for every single job. So I don't really think it's useful to everybody.
Yeah, I think people should take it. If they, or they know they're gonna need it in the future. For not everything. For being an orthodontist, you're not going to need it.
Exactly, yeah.
So it's not beneficial for everyone if they take that class.
Yeah.
Most people that are our age at 14, they don't really know what they want to be when they grow up, or they have some kind of idea but not specifically what they want to do. And we, right now, kind of have to decide based on the pathway we take as to what we want to be. You said before, not all the classes are beneficial for what we want to do when we grow up. Any classes that you think should be added, to the school, altogether, that would be, beneficial for some people because they have all these classes specifically for certain career paths. Which there's any that should be added or that would be helpful?
Well, I know in high school they have hospitality classes. They have baby child development classes and all that stuff. And I think a class that they should add is probably a dental class or a dentistry class, because I think that's a very important class to have. I know there is a lot of kids who probably want to go in the dentistry business, and I think it'll be beneficial for a lot of them.
Yeah, I would agree. There's in the medical field and dentists, and being a vet, in that whole healthcare type thing. I think there should be some classes that kind of start your knowledge as to what you're going to be learning it more about that in college. Let's see. Would you say the electives that you take, like I know you currently are taking art, and this is just a question, I am not good at art, but we have to take an art elective in order to graduate. Would you say that, that's kind of pointless? Not kind of pointless, like taking an art credit, even though that's kind of a waste in our schedule if we're not looking to do anything with art in the future?
I think it's pointless for the people who don't want to do art, like me and myself. I don't think, me doing art, I don't think it's gonna, like, help me later in life because I don't really want anything to do with it. But I think the people who, like, have been taking art for a long amount of time for school years, I think that's gonna be beneficial for them. But for me and other people who don't really like art, I don't think it's beneficial.
Yeah, I think there should be a wider spread of types of classes to take, that there'd be more options for people, because if, like, when I recently looked at the list of pathway and completer classes for next year, there were a lot that just didn't really fit, like, what I exactly wanted to do in the future, which is still undecided, but there's definitely, like, a limited number of things that makes it hard for me to take classes that focus on something specific, but has nothing to do with what I want to do in the future. Let's see, like, are you taking an art next year?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Any classes, like, say business, I just want to get your opinion on this. Say you didn't like business this year and you didn't want to take it, you'd then have to start kind of from scratch when it comes to taking a completer course. And you have 4 years, you have 3 more years at that point when it comes time next year to complete the classes that should be done in 4 years. So it's kind of, once you choose something your freshman year, you don't know if you're going to like it because you obviously have never done it before.
Exactly, yeah.
And if you waste your time doing that, then you're kind of stuck there. You're kind of stuck with what you chose, even though that might not be what you really wanted or what you expected. I think many people will run into that problem, at least eventually. Do you have anything more to say about, like, this in general?
Well, I think the last thing I'll probably just say is I just think, like going along with, like, having, like, pick classes as a freshman and having, like, start, if you have to start, like, scratch in 10th grade, I think it's just all about, like, going with, like, your instinct when you're in 9th grade, because, like, you really don't know what classes you want to take, so I think it's just all about, like, thinking to yourself, like, will this be beneficial, like, is this good enough for me to take? And if you're think you're going to be good at that class, that's about it. But
yeah, I think it's hard coming into high school. It's very intimidating, and you don't know what you want to do. Like, we're 14 years old, and we don't know what we want to do or what we want to be, or really any idea of what the classes are going to be like or what they're going to include. But I definitely think that it's hard. It's hard having to decide something like this at 14. You wouldn't think you'd be deciding right here now kind of what the next 8 years of your life are going to look like.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely...
It's a big step.
It's kind of overlooked, and I guess people still think that... I think some don't realize that we're still kind of kids, even though we're going to be adults before we end high school, but we're still kids, and we don't always know best. We don't always know what's good for us. We might need some help. We might make mistakes, but we won't really know until we do it, and then 1 year's gone by, and you only have 3 more.
I know, it goes by fast.
Yes, it does. All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Sometimes people forget that we're still kids. Yes, we're growing up, but we're still kids and we're bound to make mistakes. We're not always sure what's best for us, and we're not always sure which classes are most beneficial. So, high school's not always easy. I've definitely learned that this year. This is Isabel Bukowski with On the Air, signing out.